Hey guys, welcome back to Always Something Garage. So today we're going to be finishing off the Raptor 250 motor. We're going to be picking up right where we left off from the previous video. We're going to be finishing up the bottom end, and then we're going to be rolling on to the top end and getting it all buttoned up. So let's get into the video.
Alright, so looking at this clutch basket, I think we showed it when we did the disassembly, but as you can see those marks? That's actually little grooves. This is a better view down here. You can see them, shadow. They're little grooves, and that's you know, aluminum. This is an aluminum clutch basket. It's just a die cast aluminum, nothing crazy, but they get grooved from the clutch plates banging, especially when you're running hard. And this thing is a 2008 and it's never been replaced. We could have replaced this clutch basket, but for right now, I'm going to show you a trick. I'm sure some of you guys know about it, but you can just file the high spots off of those grooves and get this clutch basket back for some life. Now again, this is Jade's bike, so she's not going to be running hard, at least for the first year or so, I'm assuming. We'll see, but this will work perfectly and we'll be able to salvage this clutch basket. So let me show you what to do. Alright, so you can see the grooves here. All you need to do is take your hand file and basically So here's the one that I did. Now, I'm not necessarily getting everything out, but I'm getting it pretty smooth. Now there's some deep grooves in there. I'm not going to take too much out. It will add a little bit of play to the clutch, but again, if you're not running hard and you're not slamming the clutch, you know, maybe doing some hole shots or something like that where you're really got a lot of play. If you're just pulling away, that clutch plate will lock up against that and you won't even see a difference. So, old trick. Let me go ahead and get all these done and we'll get this thing cleaned up and get it in the bike. Okay, here's the clutch basket. All smoothed out. It's not perfect, but again, don't want to take a bunch of it off, but just knocking the high side. So if you ever had that clutch, you pull the clutch in and it seems like the bike wants to crawl still, you can't ever find neutral because it seems like it doesn't want to release the clutch, probably because this is grooved up, and what happens is the plates will not release. They get caught in those grooves, and you know, you always have that hard shifting or hard to find neutral bike, but this should be like butter now. So let's put it together. Well, here's the clutch plates. You want to soak these. So actually these have been soaking probably for, I don't know, an hour or so since I started this morning. This is the first thing I did, put fresh oil in this pan, let them soak. I flipped them over to make sure, because I didn't have enough oil to fill the top of it, but this is the oil we're using for the bike. So yeah, soak your clutches at least 20 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and stick them into the clutch basket with the steels, and we'll be ready to go. All right, we're kind of on the home stretch to this side over here, on the right side case. Get the clutch basket on here, and we'll be on our way. Your new nut safety washer on there, lock washer. A little oil on the threads. All right, so we got the nut on there. Got a inner clutch holding tool. This is great. They're cheap. think I got this cycle gear years and years ago out by us. Like that. Then we gotta take the locking washer and bend it over. Get that done. Now we'll go ahead and get the clutches in. All right, get your springs and your bolts started. Make sure they are started. All right. I'm going to use this little impact. Now, listen, I have it down all the way down on 1. You don't want to drive these on here. They're only 6 foot-pounds, but it takes a little bit of time to get them going. So there's a long thread there, so it's going to take you a little bit if you did it by hand. So listen to me. Don't dog these down. You will snap that ear, that threaded ear that they go into off. Trust me. How do I know? So again, just work your way in a star pattern. Just a little bit at a time. Very softly. Now, 6 foot-pounds, not much. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll torque them. We'll have to lock this in with our little aluminum plate, and we're done. We're ready for the cover. All right, here we go. Here's the right side of the engine completed. I'm going to put the cover on there. Make sure this gasket surface is dry, and we'll put that on there. But as you can see, clutch is in, new clutch plates. We got everything with the counterbalance. Everything is torqued. We checked the shifter and made sure it shifts through the gears. Just for notes again. You keep seeing me all the time when I'm messing, when I'm turning the motor. I keep grabbing this timing chain. Make sure you keep grabbing it and you're not spinning it. That thing will get bound up in there. Again, ask me how I know, and you'll have a difficult time trying to get it out, and you may have to pull everything out. So when you go to rotate the motor, to do different things, the alignments and whatever, just grab this chain and keep it guided. All right, so you're not getting that thing bound up inside. The last thing I do before I put anything cover-wise back together, of course, I looked at everything. Everything looks good. I checked all my baggies, make sure there was no missing parts. Is I like to check this clutch. So here's the clutch lever back here. I just put a pair of vice grips on it, of course, because it's stiff. It's got aftermarket springs in it now. That Tusk kit came with after, so it's a little stronger. You won't be able to do it by hand. So what I do is I just put my vice grips on, and I just make sure. There you go. So the clutch is working. So just another check I do. Again, I know because I've done this stuff for so many years. You know, I'm not a certified motorcycle or any mechanic. I'm just a hobbyist like the rest of you guys. As you learn from your mistakes, you know, over 40 years doing this stuff, messing around, watching my father do it. So do these checks, take your time, and once you're ready to fire up, you're not going to have any issues. So let's get the side cover on and move on to the other side. All right. Here she is. I got the cover all bolted up and torqued down. Got a new oil filter in there. Got that all sealed up. But here we go. We are pretty close now, the bottom end being done. Cleaned up pretty good too. So yeah. Let's jump on to the other side and continue on. All right, guys, we're on the home stretch now. We're going to get the flywheel on here, and got the side cover cleaned up. Do have to put it back together and put the coil and stuff back in it, but let's get the flywheel on there. Okay, let's let's get this flywheel on here. I got the bearing slid on here. Get some oil. Got my key in there. All right, so let's get this torqued up. Okay, guys, we got the left side cover on, and as you can see, she cleaned up pretty good. Got the case saver sprocket on there. Now we're going to go ahead and put the piston and the cylinder on, get the rings in, and get the head on. I got to do some cleaning on the head, put the new valves in, but let's get this piston in the cylinder, and we're almost home free, but she's looking pretty good. All right, so we got the old Vito's piston that came with the bike. Got the new crank and rod, of course, in here. I'm gonna get this piston set on to the rod. I got one clip, one of the circlips already installed, and then I'm going to slide the pin in and get that in. Again, place a rag. You'll see I'm going to place a rag inside of the chamber here so we do not drop one of these circlips again down inside there. So always fill that up with something. I'll tuck a rag in there and let's get started. There you go. So I got these nice clean rags in there. Got the rod sticking up top dead center so it's at its highest point. Even put a rag down in your timing chain slot. You don't want that little circlip like we found in the earlier video in the bottom of your crankcase. So do that. If somehow it drops out of your hand or pops out, it'll fall on this rag and you can get it out and you don't have to pull the whole motor apart. See, we got the clip in there. Arrow to the exhaust side. So going that way. Finally got the piston cylinder in. You saw a little struggle there. It was a little hard to get inside that cylinder, and my timing chain guide got caught up into the actual tensioner hole. Couldn't figure out that until I looked down, and that's why I couldn't get it down on there. So once I got that out of the way, it slid right on. So now we got the whole bottom end, cylinder, pistons in. Just get the head together and we're wrapped up. See right there, I don't know if you can see it, but you get a nice fine line. It's hard to see. So there you can see, if you can see right here, that's that light line, that's the lap. So that's for the sealing surface, that's what you want. A little harder to see because the angle of this intake, it's tough. But this one, the way it's angled to us, you can see, but the intake looks the same as that. So that's what you want to do. Use a little lapping compound mixed with some oil. Again, here's the valve itself. As you can see, that's a nice even surface around there. So make sure when you guys use the compound is go wash this out real good. So I'm gonna go take it in hot water. Got a bucket that I'm gonna dump it in, rinse it out real good, and get rid of the compound out of there, because you don't want that. That's like sand. So let's do that, and we'll get ready to put the valves in and the valve train together. Okay, got the valves in. These small heads with these little tiny valve cotters here, keepers, are a pain in the butt, but we got it. Just got to take your time. And as you saw, I take a socket and put over top of it, hit it with a hammer, just to confirm that that thing is seated in there. And you can see that the cotters are set in the groove. So, all right, now all we got to do is we got to put the cam in and the rocker arms, and we're ready to bolt it on. All right, guys, as you can see, got the cam in there. And again, we're using the cam that came with the bike. The guy never put it in. It is a little more advanced to get this cam in there, but it's a Vito's high performance camshaft. We'll give it a try. Sorry, we lost the power on the camera. I guess the battery ran out, and we missed the installation of the cam and some of the rocker installation. But as you can see, got the new valves, cams in, rockers are on. So here we're getting ready to put this head on. We got the new YAMAHA head gasket on there. Got our timing chain guides in. Make sure we have our little alignment sleeves here. And I got a little wire on my chain so I don't lose it. So let's go ahead, let's get this thing together, and we will be complete with this motor. We got the head on there. We need to get these bolts torqued down, the 4 here and the 2 side bolts. And we got 15 foot-pounds for these and 18 for these. Again, we want to work in steps, 3 steps. So I'm going to do 8 foot-pounds to start. We'll just work our way, get them snugged. And these bottoms were 15. So we'll set it back 15. Nice. All right. First thing we've got to do is we've got to get the engine in top dead center. So you see the little eye mark there. It's hard to see here. This light, trying to get it. There's a little notch in the top of that case there, and then you see the flywheel back there with the little eye mark. So you just take off this front cover and you get to the flywheel bolt and you can spin it. Just be careful when you're spinning it and finding top dead center that you keep your chain tensioned up so you don't get it bound up. So let's spin this motor around and get this timing chain on there. You have the timing mark on the cam sprocket right there. You see the line, and then there's this little casting mark. They need to be aligned. We already aligned the flywheel on the other side. So now you're in time. Now we just need to put the little oil slinger, tighten this bolt up to 44 foot-pounds, and then put the timing chain tensioner back in, cover on, and we're done. So there's your timing. We're at top dead center and the cam is in the correct orientation. So let's get it put together. Well, here we go, guys. It's completed. Raptor 250. Full rebuild. Crank, piston, valves, timing chain, bearings, all your gasket seals. Everything is new. Got it all buttoned up. So let's next part is to get this thing in the bike and start putting it together. So thanks for checking it out, but looks pretty good. Looks way better than it did when we bought the thing, and it actually worked out with the Yamaha motor on the Honda stand that we built. The stand fits everything. So.
Well, guys, the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the motor building of the Raptor 250. Next video we should be doing throwing that motor into the 250 and slowly start and build it to get the first startup. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys go in the comments, let me know what you thought about it, if you guys have any questions about the rebuild. But thanks for watching. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content, and we'll see you guys in the next one.